Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I wanted to create this video to introduce myself, introduce my business and my webpage. Thank you for coming. All of you are welcome here. My name is Castaño Consulting. I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Ohio and a national certified counselor in the United States. I want to start by telling you my story and how I started thinking about my business by first letting you know where I come from. So my life began in South America, in Colombia. I was born in the capital city of Colombia, Bogota, and I lived there in my early childhood until I was 11, and then my parents immigrated to the United States. Now my home, what I consider my second home, is Cincinnati. So I have lived for many years in Cincinnati, and I do travel back to my country, but I spend most of my time here in Cincinnati. Now let me share a little bit about how I started my my life in with the creative arts. So when I was young, I started acting. I did a lot of plays in my community and in Bogota, in the area of Bogota. I took many acting classes. I really fell in love with it. When I immigrated to the United States, I continued that love and passion for drama and theater, and I took more classes here. As I kept growing up, I also loved to dance. I just love how I feel when I dance. I love expressing myself through dance. But I haven't really studied that like I did acting. And the same for coloring. I love coloring. I love expressing myself through visual arts, but I also haven't study it. I just feel good when I do it. And a lot of the people that know me have seen me create mandalas. I love expressing myself through coloring mandalas, and also it relaxes me. It helps me feel less stress. Those are my three major ones. I also write, but I do it here and there, not all the time, but it's also a way that I use to express myself. Now, how did I come into the mental health field? So when I was about 17 and I was doing drama and theater in my country, I decided that I wanted to also have a second career, just as a backup, right? And also something, but I wanted it to be in something I loved, and I was always interested in human development and how humans think and why we do the things we do. Why do we make this certain choices? And I decided that psychology was my best option. When I started psychology, I started it in Colombia. I did a year and a half over there. And one of the courses that I took was in brain and how it works and how it functions and the different parts of the brain. It was an amazing class. I had a wonderful teacher and I just fell in love with it. It was amazing to know that your brain controls everything and that anything that happens to your brain can affect the way that you behave, the way that you feel, and how you perceive things. And that kind of just got me, that class was like, okay, this is the right field for me. And I continued my studies. I later transferred here to the United States and continued my studies in psychology. During those studies, I met an art therapist at my college, and she was helping me because I was having a hard time integrating to coming back to this country and leaving my family. And she, was my first contact with that combination of the creative arts with psychology. I had done previous work when I was in Colombia in community theater, but I didn't quite yet integrate that the two could be useful for mental health and change. And because of her, I decided that I wanted to study that further, but I wasn't in a stage of my life that I could pursue that. So I kind of took a bit of time off of my studies for a while. And when I went back to get my first master's, I did it in a topic that was broader and allowed me to look into dance movement and the creative arts and early education for children. Later on, I decided that I really wanted to become a licensed professional counselor, and that's how I began my second master's in clinical mental health counseling. And that's what leads me to where I am today, creating my business and combining those passions, the creative arts with mental health counseling. So I want to introduce you now to my business. It's called Castaño Consulting. here is my logo and the web page. And at this moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so that you can, so that together we can navigate my web page. Obviously, you can take more time and explore it at your own time. I will come back to that slide where you can see how to log into my web page. Now, the first thing is that it has the language bar here, so you can change it into Spanish or English. Like I mentioned before, I'm bilingual, so I have created both options. And what I wanted to show you is a little bit, let's start with my mission, because that it's the key element of why I created the business. So my mission is helping communities thrive through mental health, wellness, and creativity. In this vision, I wanted to remove the stigma that still is out there about mental health therapy, talking about mental health, accessing therapy services. And I want to start creating a conversation around treating mental health like it's normal, like it's an everyday conversation, because we start working on our mental health since we're little. And part of the programs and the orientation of my business is to help individuals cultivate their mental health, learn what affects it, how they can keep enriching it, and when to seek help. Now, I want to show you a little bit how the menus on the top work. So I have a couple of options here. You can explore more about my story and about what I've studied. The counseling page is still under development, but maybe by the time you're watching it, it'll be ready. And now I want to show you the programs part. There's three main kind of levels of programs. The first one is more of a collaborative program, and that is you contact me and you say, hey, I want to work on this issue that's affecting my organization, or we have this need, how can you help us? So here you can go to more information and find out. I kind of give you an idea of different topics that I can address, but there are many more. This is something we can discuss when you contact me over the phone or by email. And then it will be, like I said, a collaborative process. The established programs, I have established 5 programs in 4 different categories. One is in communication, the other one is in alcohol and drugs, and another one is in the teen years, and then the last one is in cultivating mental health wellness. This I already established as programs. I come and I deliver them at your organization or wherever you need me to come. I also do these programs virtually. So if you are not comfortable doing them in person due to the pandemic, or if you just are wanting to offer them virtually to more people, we can discuss this. The other option that I have, or the other level, is the creative workshops and classes. This is more for fun, for relaxing, for exploring, for self-expression. And when you go to this link, you're going to see 4 different ones too. Again, I can offer them. I can come to your workplace or to your organization or to your community center and deliver these workshops or classes. Also, in the near future, I will be hosting these classes in certain locations, and I will post those in my website. But you can also, if you were interested in being alerted when these classes are ready, you can go to the contact us tab, and you can write me an email here with your name, your email, your phone, and you can put in the subject. You can say, can you add me or keep me in your list for creative workshops and classes. That is basically it. Again, if you want to explore in more detail, I'm also gonna add a link, a tab, at the top, that's going to show you an area where I'm going to have more videos, including this kind of video. So now let me stop here. And here it is. You can find the link. It's www.castañoc.com. Thank you so much, and I'm so happy to meet you, and please stay in touch, and you will be seeing more videos like this one. Take care.